Hello, Pewter people. Scott Reynolds here with another Pewter Pulse. The Bucs lost a game they should have won in Atlanta on Thursday night, but don't get too down on Tampa Bay. Todd Bowles will have some time to make an adjustment and get KJ Britt off the field on obvious passing downs. The short week and not having Antoine Winfield Jr. available likely prevented Bowles from going to a dime defensive look with an extra safety on the field to replace Britt. However, in this Pewter Pulse video, I'm going to be talking about Liam Coen and the lesson he likely learned at the end of the game when the Bucs had a chance to pick up a first down after Lavonte David's interception with less than 2 minutes remaining. But first, your reminder to hit the thumbs up button, give us a like, and also leave a comment. Doing those two things, well, it gets our videos in front of more awesome Bucs fans like you, thanks to the YouTube algorithm. Now, on to the lesson that Liam Coen should learn from this loss in Atlanta. Well, the Bucs took over at the Falcons 28 after Lavonte David's interception with 1:44 left, and Atlanta had all three timeouts. What's the objective here? To make the Falcons just burn their timeouts or to get the first down and win the game? What's the priority? It has to be number two. Get the first down because that wins the game. Because if that is accomplished, even with the 10-yard pickup on first down to move the chains, now the offense has 4 plays before either punting or kicking a field goal or kneeling. And if the Bucs pick up 10 yards, they'll be at the Falcons 18, so they won't be punting. They'll at least have a chance to kick a field goal or maybe kneel the ball, depending on how much time is left. So the Falcons will have to score a touchdown to win. Not a field goal to tie and send the game into overtime, which is what happened. And the Falcons will surely use all 3 of their timeouts if the Bucs pick up that first down. So that's got to be the priority. Get the 10 yards, pick up the first down, not just run the ball 3 times and have the Falcons burn their timeouts. Now that we've talked about what the Bucs' objective should be, let's look at what the Bucs' hierarchy on offense was in that game. Here's a list in order of the players Liam Coen has to work with this game on the line to pick up those 10 yards. You start with Mike Evans, the greatest weapon in the history of Tampa Bay, a future Hall of Famer, a guy that already has 5 touchdowns on the season, including 2 in the first half of the Falcons game. Then it's Baker Mayfield, your $100 million man, who threw 3 touchdowns in the first half of that game alone. Then it's Chris Godwin, the Bucs' clutch receiver. When you got to have a completion, you throw it to Chris. He's the other $20 million receiver on the team. Then it's Rachaad White or Bucky Irving, you pick, followed by K-Dot at number 6, Sterling Shepard at number 7, and Payne Durham number 8. Here's the problem. Coen is focused on making the Falcons burn their timeouts and truly not getting that first down. How do we know this? Well, neither Evans nor Godwin is targeted once on this drive, even as the Bucs go backwards due to some negative plays. Instead, the guys that touch the ball on this critical drive are players number 4 and 5 on the hierarchy depth chart. What did Liam Coen say in his initial press conference in Tampa Bay? His philosophy is players over plays. His words, not mine. Got to stay true to that, Liam. And here's the reason why he probably strayed from that. Go back to the Bucs win in week 2 in Detroit. Late in the game on 3rd and 6 at the Tampa Bay 10-yard line, Baker Mayfield audibled to a quick slant to Mike Evans, and the pass was batted down at the line of scrimmage with 42 seconds left by linebacker Derek Barnes. That incompletion stopped the clock and allowed the Lions to preserve a timeout. It nearly came back to bite the Bucs because the Lions used that timeout on their next possession after the punt, getting the ball down to the Tampa Bay 35 with 27 seconds left. So that probably spooked Coen into running the ball to at least have the Falcons burn their 3 timeouts. Okay, well, let's look at the plays. 1st and 10. Coen calls for a Rachaad White run to the strong side behind 2 very average blocking tight ends, and that might be a generous description on my part, in K-Dot and Payne Durham. So we have, at best, the number 4 option on the hierarchy depth chart that I put up, running behind the 2 worst blockers on the field. Please make it make sense. The Falcons defender who actually makes the tackle on this play splits the double team block by Otten and Durham. Notice the Falcons have 8 in the box to start, and the Bucs are using their slowest running back to run laterally. That doesn't make sense. Outside of White's 56-yard run, and I give him all the credit in the world for that, he had 9 carries in this game for 16 yards, and he loses 3 yards on this play. Plus, he gets his ankle rolled up on. The next play, Bucky Irving comes in. It's 2nd and 13. And the play is designed to go to the left in the B gap behind left guard Ben Bredesen. The play is actually blocked up very well. Just follow Bredesen through the hole to the second level. But Irving decides to cut back, and it puts Graham Barton, the center, in a bind because he's already blocking Grady Jarrett to open up that hole to the left. So when Irving strays from the design of the play call, it creates the holding call by Barton. Yes, there should have been a face mask call. No doubt about it. The refs blew it. But if Irving hit the hole and follows Bredesen, it should be a 5-yard gain at least. And now it's 3rd and 8 from the 26-yard line. And guess what? The Bucs are still in field goal range. That's key. Instead, it's now 2nd and 23 from the 41 with that holding call. And Coen calls for a quick screen to Rachaad White because his objective, remember, it's to make the Falcons burn their timeout, right? Well, the objective should be to still get the first down and involve Evans or Godwin. But I digress. The Bucs can't afford an incompletion here. That's the thinking. That's Coen's faulty thinking from the Lions game. Don't you think Jimmy Lake and the Falcons defense suspect that the screen is coming? Of course they do. And they swarm to White for a loss of 2. And yes, Evans is running free down the middle of the field, as Kirk Herbstreit pointed out on the TV broadcast, for a potential touchdown. But he was not even a true option on this play because this is a designated screen call. It's screen to White or dirt the ball if you are Baker Mayfield. Too predictable. A quick speed out to Godwin would have picked up 5 to 7 yards, and now it's 3rd and 16 or 3rd and 3rd and 18, depending on how many yards he gets from the Atlanta 36 or maybe the 34, and now it's closer to Chase McLaughlin's field goal range. Instead, it's 3rd and 25 now from the 43. The Bucs keep going backwards. All right. Get 7 to 8 yards with the throw to Mike or Chris and get McLaughlin, who with the field goal could have given the team a 6-point lead. Now the Falcons got to get that touchdown to win rather than the field goal to tie. Look at the cushion that the cornerback is giving Mike Evans at the top of the screen. Instead, the Bucs go ultra conservative and run the ball to ensure that the Falcons burn their timeout. Come on, Liam, players over plays. So Irving, the rookie running back who had a tough night, well, he had a costly fourth quarter fumble. He gets the ball again, and he strays from the hole again. Coen calls for a double duo block, and look at it. It's blocked exceptionally well. The middle of the field is wide open. Just follow the guys in the white jersey. Irving might pick up 7 or 8 yards up the run or up the middle with this running play. Okay, all right. But the rookie inexplicably strays from the hole, tries to bounce it outside instead, where a bevy of Falcons defenders are waiting, and gets tackled for a 1-yard gain at the 42. 2 bad reads by Bucky Irving, who I like as a player, good player. He's learning. But those 2 bad reads really cost the Bucs a chance at a field goal. The hope here is that the lesson learned by Liam Coen is to forget what happened in the Detroit game with that incompletion on 3rd and 6 that forced a punt, and remember what happened at the end of the Falcons game when neither Mike Evans nor Chris Godwin touched the ball on the Bucs' final 4 plays on offense. I really like Liam Coen as a play caller. He's smart, he's inventive, he's creative, and he's effective. The Bucs have scored 30 points or more in 3 of their first 5 games this year. It took Dave Canales 8 games to reach 30 points for the first time last year. And through the first 5 games in 2023, Tampa Bay averaged just 16.6 points per game on offense. Under Coen, the offense is humming. The Bucs are averaging 25.4 points per game. That ranks 11th in the league in scoring. Heck, even the Bucs' ground game is showing signs of life, averaging 108.8 yards per game on the ground, which ranks 18th in the NFL, not dead last like last year or the year before. Baker Mayfield has 11 touchdowns and only 2 interceptions. Evans and Godwin have combined for 8 of those TDs. There's a lot to like about Liam Coen as a play caller. He's learning on the job, but his offense is light years ahead of where Tampa Bay's offense was a year ago at this time. Liam Coen's just got to remember, players over plays, his own mantra, and never forget it again. Bucs fans, don't forget about Pewter Report TV. It's where you can find all of our Pewter Report video content, my Pewter Pulse videos, the Pewter Report podcasts, the Pewter pregame show, Pewter Game Day, and more. It's all of Pewter Report TV. Hit the subscribe button. We're on our way to 16,000 thanks to you. Make sure you follow us on X, Facebook, and Instagram at Pewter Report, and visit pewterreport.com for injury news, transactions, insight, analysis, and game coverage. And I'll be back soon with a new Pewter Pulse.